All right, let's get into it.
It's actually Friday.
It is. It's nice.
The weather's nice too.
It
was brisk this morning, I felt.
Right? It's not 9,000 degrees like Texas normally is. Yeah. I think we're finally getting to that point of the year where we can almost wear a hoodie in the morning, and then we have to, put a bathing suit on by noon.
Right.
Joke's on you guys. I never stop.
You wear a hoodie all year round.
Just when I'm inside.
It must be an age thing, generational thing. I don't know.
With the hoodies?
Yeah. I will not put a jacket. I will not wear any extra clothing unless I absolutely have to.
Now that I think of it, like if I'm indoors,
outdoors, it doesn't matter. I'm the minimal amount of clothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm not a winter person, because I hate layers.
Is that just from years of living in Nebraska, you think?
Yeah.
Having to wear extra clothes?
That in the military, you always
that
have
too,
a t-shirt and then in
the military, you're restricted to what you're allowed to wear. Like I remember there's days, and it goes both ways. Yeah. I remember there's days where like, hey, can we put pants on? It's fucking cold. They're like, nope, you're running in shorts today.
Yep.
And then there's other days where it's like, hey, can I take these pants off? I'm sweating my ass off. And they're like, no, everyone's wearing pants. Yeah. And you're like, what is this? This makes no sense.
By the way, put this pro mask on.
Yeah, right.
I'm going for a run. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like my kids, I can't get them out of hoodies. So like it's 120 and they're in a hoodie going to school.
I can't. And I've seen it in Arizona and Phoenix as well.
And my kids aren't in gangs or it has nothing to do with that.
You're driving on the road and you see somebody, and in Phoenix it's 115 degrees outside and they're in sweatpants and a hoodie walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I mean, my kids are skinny, so it's not like
they're not that skinny.
Logan's pretty skinny. But it's I don't know.
In my defense, personally, it's just because my office is like in the middle and there's no windows, so like sunlight's not getting. I sit at my computer and I just get cold. But the second we go out in the wear, like we got cigars the other day.
Yeah.
I fucking took that shit off. I was like, no, I'm not wearing it.
My kids will go to work outside and have hoodies and fucking
that's wild
jeans on in 120 degrees. I don't understand it.
No.
If I don't have to have it on, I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah, me too.
No.
See,
I mean, I'll push shorts until like
about
3 weeks after I should have like started wearing jeans.
Yeah.
That's
but like your legs don't get cold though. Like that's different. That's the military mentality again. Yeah. Like we're gonna run in shorts and it's 30 degrees out. Like cool, my legs aren't gonna get cold.
I would rather be slightly cold though than restricted in any way.
Yeah.
Like whether it's by pants or an extra layer of shirt. I don't know.
I don't mind the cold.
I don't mind a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I want to live in it, but I don't mind going for like a couple weeks.
I'm not even a fan of that.
And then because I've always had the mentality that I can always add extra clothes, but I can only get so naked. So at some point,
but I would rather just
hot.
Be naked.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want the extra clothes.
But at some point, it's just too hot.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like Arizona's.
Okay, but what are you doing in this cold weather environment? And then what are you doing in the hot weather?
So in the cold weather, I can put clothes on and do anything.
Yeah, but what are you doing? Like when you go to a cold weather environment, why are you there?
To do something outside in the snow. Like
recreation, right?
Yeah.
That's different than living there.
That's true. And
then like we live in the heat, right?
Yeah.
But we're inside Mexicans, right? We don't work outside. We're not roofers, So like the heat bothers me when I go from my office to the car, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm out in the hot weather, I'm usually at a lake. I'm doing something recreational.
Yeah, where you want it to be hot.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I feel like there's like certain instances. Like we were on the hunt this weekend. The only time the heat really bothered me is when we were stationary doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If we were riding the side by side on the boats or anything, it was like, oh shit, it's nice out here. Like, but the second you stop and you're just stationary, not doing anything, then you're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty uncomfortable right now.
But then like if you can get in the shade, like then it kind of I get it. But it's like my point is that I can understand if like we were in construction, right?
Yeah.
And then you're bitching about 25 degrees outside. I get it. Or 120 and you're framing and roofing and like I get it. That would suck. Yeah.
Do you think you can make like a little like knit jacket for a cigar to smoke in the cold, and you like slide it down as you're smoking it just to like try to maintain a little bit of warmth on the?
It's a whole new definition of a smoking jacket,
right? For you or the cigar?
You have to sell them as a combo pack.
I don't know if we need to gay this hobby up. Let's keep it manly.
Oh. Speaking of keeping cigars manly, Cuba's I guess they're transitioning some of their locations where they're rolling cigars.
Their factories, if you will. The rolling tables.
I don't know if they're moving the entire operation or just the rolling side of it.
Or are they moving the people to the...
I don't think they're moving the people.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
They're working 24-hour shifts.
14 from what I read.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Now, before you get too far into this, working a 14-hour shift, when would that be like, you know what? I want to work a 14-hour shift. There's one instances where I would be like, yes, if I was this worker, I would probably rather work 14 hours.
Because you have nothing else to do.
Right. And these workers are
in jail.
Yeah.
They're in prison.
They're prison.
So Cuba and their wise, I don't even know.
I mean, I don't think it's not wise. Who makes our license plates?
Yeah. The only quality I have to worry about with my license plate is if the screw holes line up with the holes in my vehicle.
And sometimes they don't.
And then I can be like, oh yeah, prisoners made it. But if I buy especially some of the cigars that that the brand makes are upwards of $100 to $200 a cigar. Maybe they're amazing rollers. Who knows?
Just so we're not confusing everybody, you should give the...
Yeah, so Cuba is using their prison systems to roll the cigars. Habanos SA, which is one of the I don't know, government parent company that owns Cuban cigar brands.
Yeah.
They have instituted a policy to roll cigars in prisons all across the country. There's a organization that is out of Spain that was doing some research into it. And then when they released their findings, the Cuban government, actually not the government, the Habanos SA, confirmed it. And they're like, yeah. And then they try to spin it and be like, oh, it's for rehabilitation. And we're teaching them, real world skills.
Which I don't, that may be part of it. And if I was a prisoner and my choices were to sit the fuck in my jail cell or go roll cigars, I would love to go roll cigars.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not knocking it.
Right.
It's just, it's a little shocking to me when you have a worldwide quote unquote prestigious brand that makes some very high end expensive cigars.
Yeah.
And to come to find out that they're being rolled in prisons
and
not by prisoners.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, these guys have been rolling these cigars for, X amount or whatever. And it's just like, no, it's, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough. I know just enough to be able to talk shit about it.
It would explain some of the quality control issues I've experienced with Cuban cigars.
Right. I'm not saying that.
Like, hey, draw test this one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You try it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like they might not have the love of the game so much in that one. This is
an art form.
Yeah.
No, this is like punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see in that article they have listed how much they're paying them. So there's 2 civilians that are working as the managers, and they're getting paid 40,000 Cuban pesos a month.
And the workers are getting paid 3,000.
Yeah.
Did you do the conversion?
I did do the conversion. So 40,000 is about pretty close to $1,700 a month.
Okay.
So not too shabby for Cuba, I'm guessing. The prisoners are making $125.
Yeah, but if all they have to spend their money on is commissary,
Yeah.
but
that's
probably decent.
That's about the same as the United States.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, when the prisoners get jobs,
Yeah.
you know, they're getting paid, you know, pennies on the dollar, literally. But yeah, I mean, you don't go to jail for 20 years and get out with a couple $100,000 in the bank because you were working the whole time, you know? Like, well, I was prison. It was great. Saved up a bunch of money.
You should see my savings account.
Now, if they allowed them to smoke cigars while they were rolling, holy shit.
Ooh, yeah.
If I was a prisoner, I'd be like, send me to work.
Can I catch some OT, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't say anything in here about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's going on at a few different places, right?
Like almost all of them.
Yeah.
Kind of what I've been reading.
In Cuba.
In Cuba. Yeah.
I'm curious though. Do you think it's like helping that, like, because they're gaining a skill, the employee or the prisoners, like they're gaining a valuable skill.
I don't think it would be bad for the prisoner. I can't see a negative other than having to work 14 hours a day. But like I said, if I was a prisoner, I would rather work 14 hours a day than sit in my cell by myself.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I can't imagine they're abusing them. Because what did you say?
Hold on a minute.
All right.
Well, the statement confirms the use of incarcerated people to make cigars. It disputes this, and then they're referencing the statement that Habano's essay put out. It disputes at least one of the fundamental claims of the prison defenders report, that the labor is forced. Prison Defenders makes a variety of other claims about working conditions and specific human rights abuses related to the cigar making, such as workers being beaten for leaving the production area with loose tobacco.
Well, they're stealing.
So
leaving the production area with loose tobacco, that I would consider that stealing. I'd beat them too.
Despite previous headlines about its prisons, Cuba has retained its seat on the UN Human Rights Council.
Yeah.
That's one thing that
I don't know if this is a human rights violation. I think it's more of an opportunity, maybe. And maybe I'm looking at this completely wrong. I don't know. I'm just putting myself in the shoes of I'm in prison in Cuba. Fuck. Let me roll some cigars. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where my mindset goes. But
I'd like to know what cigars they're rolling.
Yeah. How many are they required to roll a day? This is what was shocking in a 14-hour day.
Where is it? Each prisoner is required to roll between 50 and 130 cigars per day.
That's a vast. 50 and 130 is a big difference. And in one day, I think,
especially if it's 14 hours.
Yeah. Like, in Nicaragua, I wouldn't put it past a roller to do 50 in an hour.
But now, okay, hold on.
Or maybe a little less. I don't know exactly.
When we were down at the factory, we all rolled cigars, right?
Yep.
How long did it take us to roll cigars?
To roll the most fucked up looking cigar you've ever seen, it took me, I think it was 8 minutes.
Okay. I was about
if I remember that correctly.
I think I was 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think Dave was right around 6.
Yeah.
Ish. So let's average that about 6. Okay. We can do these numbers.
As gringos that have never done it
14 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right? I can roll 10 cigars an hour. That's 140 cigars.
Yeah.
If I don't take any breaks.
Right. But you're going to get better at it.
Hopefully.
I would imagine.
But also I'm in prison, so do I care?
So the question I think in maybe the listeners' minds is quality control, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you train a new cigar roller? Well, like our factory has new cigar rollers, and the quality control lady that oversees the cigars they roll, they get scrutinized. And if they don't pass, they get taken apart and
they also don't get paid for them.
And they don't get paid for them, and the cigars get re-rolled. Is that happening here? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if that the required 50 to 130 is like finished cigars too. Like, is that counting the fucked up ones, or is that just the ones that pass if they have a quality control?
One person's not necessarily going to do the one cigar start to finish.
Yeah,
so it's got to be more of a production
That's
style thing.
Yeah,
I doubt that Cuba would change that.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a completed cigar, but I mean when the quality control lady gets a completed cigar, she knows who did the binders and fillers. She knows who did the wrapper. She knows where it was pressed. She knows all that.
Yeah.
So if whatever the problem is, she can go back to that individual person
and be like,
yeah,
fuck, fix your shit.
Yeah. So
I did check the math. So 50 cigars in 14 hours comes out to about 3.5 cigars an hour.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, that's not
asking a lot.
That's not asking a lot.
No.
Yeah. So,
but
now maybe giving them the benefit of the doubt, that's 3.5 cigars that passed quality control in an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they're doing any quality control here.
I wonder if they've implemented like more quality control.
No.
I
mean, in my opinion,
yeah,
Cuba has a quality control problem anyway. So you can't tell me there's more quality control at a prison in Cuba.
Fair.
So
I'm trying to read. I had to translate a bunch of stuff because everything I'm finding is in Spanish. I can understand stuff, but I'm not that proficient. But no, there's a lot. I mean, ultimately, like, you look at countries that don't, per se hold the same values as the United States. You're going to hear some interesting headlines, like 13 new political prisoners in August in Cuba raises the total to a new record of 1,185
political prisoners
on an island this big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what else. The government shut down.
Our government, United States.
Nope. Yeah, not Cuba's. They're still running.
Yeah. Some could say they're more competent. Theirs is running. Ours is shut down.
No, and I'm.
If you're a politician in the United States and you don't like that comment, fucking fix it.
Yeah, government shutdown. Who knows for how long?
You know who I feel bad for? The Coasties. Because their birthday, as of recording this, is tomorrow.
Oh.
So they don't get, they're not having a party or nothing.
No, they're still working.
Oh, they have to still work?
Yeah, they just don't get paid. But they're totally still working.
Damn.
The Army does the same thing, active duty.
No, the military gets paid through all this.
I thought DOD keeps getting paid.
Yeah. Coast Guard doesn't because it's Homeland Security. But they get back paid once it's opening.
Oh.
But yeah, the DOD gets paid throughout all of this.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered. But yeah, they're
No, they don't.
What?
Oh.
No.
Wow.
They get back pay. Once the government opens back up, they get back pay.
Oh, the military doesn't get paid?
No, they'd never.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was in when there was a shutdown, and I don't ever remember. Maybe it just wasn't long enough, right?
I was about to say.
Yeah, it was probably like in
once
between pay periods.
Yeah. Well, the longest shutdown was 28 days. And that was so they didn't hit the second pay period, I'm sure, because that would have fucked a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
well, I guess the Navy's in the hot seat too, because their birthday's coming up real soon too. So they're like, hey, we need a party budget. So can y'all figure it the fuck out? They're turning the big 250 too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is kind of interesting.
What's the Coast Guard?
253.
Oh, it's older than the
Mm-hmm.
So compensation for members of the military is funded through annual personnel appropriations to the Department of Homeland Security and Department of War, according to the Library of Congress. Therefore, because October 1st marks the beginning of the government's 2026 fiscal year, no funding is currently in place for active duty or reserve component military members. However, members of the Coast Guard whose payroll liability accrues on a monthly basis could still be paid depending on the length of shutdown, according to DHS.
Oh.
Because it's DHS and not DOD. Yeah.
Damn, we were ass backwards on that one.
Yeah.
Damn, sorry, y'all. Not trying to spread that old misinformation. We're just fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
That's crazy.
Well, maybe they will have a party budget. I hope they go hard.
A party budget.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other thing that we want to talk about is I don't even know how it got brought up, but we were talking about tips.
Yeah. You were looking.
Culture. Oh, it was a Fox News article about tipping, which was interesting, which led us to kind of go down a rabbit hole. So I'm going to read a little headline here. This is from Omaha. A 30-year-old Texas Roadhouse server was arrested Saturday night after what police described as a gratuity dispute that erupted into violence. Witnesses say the server had been handling a table of 4 whose bill came to $128, including multiple steak dinners and drinks. When the group left only $2 on the table, she allegedly confronted them at the booth, shouting, "That doesn't even cover the butter for your rolls." Police say she then grabbed a basket of peanuts.
I didn't know the waitresses were paying for the butter for the rolls.
No, I know.
That's weird.
Police say she then grabbed a basket of peanuts and hurled it across the table, scattering shells everywhere. When one of the diners tried to leave, she shoved him back into the booth and demanded a proper tip before letting them go. She was arrested on charges of assault and disorderly conduct. The restaurant reopened after the arrest, but staff told local reporters they had to comp several nearby tables whose meals were, quote, ruined by flying peanuts and screaming.
That would make my night.
I know. Yeah. Well, can you imagine if that's the reaction to a $2 tip? What her service was like? She must have just been bubbly.
That's my
the most happy-go-lucky fucking waitress you've ever experienced.
Like, don't get me wrong, there are assholes out there.
Yeah.
But I've always been taught like there's like the 20%, and then you base that off of your service. If you get really good service, you go a little higher. You get bad service, you go a little lower.
If I tip less than 20%, it is because I felt like the service was not.
Yeah.
You really got to fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bar is usually set pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I worked in a tipping industry for a while. I mean, this is 20 years ago, but still. And, there were more ways to get, I feel like there were more ways to get tips back then than there is today.
Yeah.
Today it's, I don't know. I think there's a mindset shift in people. And then that's why there's no pride in service or pride in job.
No.
Anymore, period.
Yeah.
Like there's a little, but they're usually a little bit older people.
Yeah.
But the younger generations, they don't give a fuck. Yeah. And if they do, they're, like you'll find them at, high-end fine dining, things like that.
Right.
But it's few and far between. Usually it's, older servers. They're a master of their craft. I used to have a manager that if anybody, waitress, bar staff, didn't matter who it was, if they were complaining about a table left him a shitty tip or whatever, he had the same answer. And I think I worked with him for like 3 years. And he's just like, well, give him better service next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like, ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Tipping is not mandatory.
It should not be.
It isn't.
And sometimes it is when you are
a party of 6 or more or something like that.
But then it's not pointed out ever that is already taken care of.
It is. People just don't pay attention.
No, it's on the receipt.
Yep.
But it's never, you know what I mean? Like say I'm with a party of 6 and some person picks up the tab, right? Like, hey, I got this, guys, whatever. I'll usually okay, well, let me cover the tip.
Yeah.
Right. I never know if that gratuity is already added or not. Not that it matters. If I'm willing to add a tip, it's because I felt like the service was good. Right. But I feel like they hide it on the receipt sometimes and then you don't know. And then here's a scenario for you that I question tipping anything ever is you're in a bar, right? And there are waitresses that go to tables.
Mm-hmm.
The bar is not busy, but yet to get a drink, I have to walk to the bar and ask for my drink. I order a whiskey on the rocks. Okay, now am I tipping the bartender for literally putting whiskey on ice? Is that 20% worthy of a tip? Should it be? And then I'm fucking the waitress. However, she was fucking me by making me walk to the goddamn bar, right? I'm so in tip limbo on this scenario.
Easiest way to put tipping: $1 per drink or 20% of your tab. That's on you.
I've never heard the $1 per drink thing.
Well, I'm not going to give you 20% because you're charging $40 for that drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to, you know what I mean?
And it's whiskey on the rocks.
Or say I'm ordering.
Like if I had you make me something crazy.
Right? Say I'm a beer drinker, right? But the beer I'm ordering is $12.
And it's a bottle.
It doesn't matter. but
say, a little bit. I mean, here's the bottle versus doing this. But like, I judge on how much effort is put in
for that one drink. Here's $1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know, and that's where I was going with it. It doesn't matter how much the beer costs or how big the glass of beer is.
Okay.
Right? Here's $1. Thank you. There's your tip for facilitating that drink to me. Now I'm paying the establishment for what it costs to get that drink.
Now, do people agree with John? It's $1 because usually if I go up there, I'm getting 2 drinks, right?
Then it's $2.
One for right, but usually I'd tip 5.
Then you should get great service the next time you walk back up.
Right. But like, I feel like I'm just pissed about having to even do it because I should have been sitting at my table with my friends and that fucking waitress should have came by and saw all of our empty drinks and brought me a goddamn round.
But what does that have to do with how much you tip the bartender?
No, I agree. I agree with you. But then at the end of the night, this fucking bitch expects a tip.
No, I would.
Right? Like
I would just be like, hey, I'm transferring my tab to the bar and we're going to go get our own drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Because you're not giving us service. Thanks.
Yeah.
But
then but the bar usually combines tips and splits them anyway.
Depends.
So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it frustrates the shit out of me when I have to leave the group of friends I'm with because my drink's been gone forever and I have to walk up, stand in line at the bar. Like it just sometimes that bothers me. Now, if that's the bar etiquette, I get it. If there's just no waitress, I get that. But if I'm in a bar with a waitress and she never comes a fucking round, it drives me crazy.
If I ever go to a bar that has like the waitresses that go out, I ask, I'm like, is it, because what annoys me is when I walk in, I get my drinks and then I go sit down and then the waitress comes out and they'll be like, it's time. And I'll be like, I'll order through her and then I have 2 tabs. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is annoying. So I'll ask, I'll be like, are they all joint or is it separate? And if they tell me separate, I'm like, cool, I'm making the call. I'm just getting them at the bar or whatever.
So I'll give you some insight from a bartender.
Yes.
Never use a fucking waitress.
Yeah.
Ever. Right? That bartender gets tipped out a very small percentage of what that server sells at the end of the night. So that time that he's taking away from the customers at his bar
to make
the drinks for the service well.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a necessity.
Yeah.
But there is no give a fuck about those cocktails.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you're in a high end restaurant or something like that, But if you're just in a fucking bar, they don't give 2 fucks.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Here, there's your drink. Go. Oh, hey, what can I get you? Right. Because these people are going to tip based on my service. Mm-hmm. And the better service I give these people, the more money I'm going to make.
Yeah.
That waitress, it's a line item at the end of the night for her. Oh, I owe X to the bar. Okay. There you go. And that's it. Right. So as a patron, where do you, unless you drink beer, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. Except your beer is going to be colder if it's or warmer if it's through a waitress because it's going to get open. It's going to sit on this until the waitress decides she's going to come by and pick up the drinks to bring it over to you.
Yeah.
So, and I feel the same way with when it comes to food as well. You are going to get better service, you're going to get better drinks, and you're going to get better food if you sit at a bar.
Yeah. I agree.
Like period. Yeah. The wait staff, the waitresses and waiters, they can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all they are is the middleman in between everything you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. My whole life evolves around cutting out middlemen too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
The logistics of it makes so much sense too. Like the waitress or waiter is covering 4-6 tables that are sometimes kind of spread out, whereas the bartender's just covering,
but still covering 6 tables. I don't understand sometimes how.
So it should be 3 to 4 max.
Yeah, but I don't understand the time frame I have to wait. Like there'll be times, and waiting for my tab when I'm done eating. Oh my God. You talk about infuriating. You see my fucking table's empty. All of our food's gone.
I think you need to pick better restaurants to go to.
I know, right? But like if I'm sitting there for 45 fucking minutes, I'm livid.
Yeah.
Livid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. When you go to a bar and you get drinks, are you put it on the tab and then pay at the end of the evening? Or
Yes.
do you pay per drink?
Nope.
At tab at the end.
Tab at the end of the evening?
I fucking hate it.
But
Every drink. Yeah. Oh, I hate on both sides.
Yeah.
If I was a bartender and as a customer,
yeah.
Here, start a tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hold my card, give it back. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just we'll figure it out at the end of the night.
Do you tip per drink?
Nope. At the end of the night.
At the end of the night?
Yep. Then if I start a tab, it's going to be 20%.
Yeah.
If I'm at a cash bar or I don't think I'm going to be there that long, that's when it's the $1 per drink. Or if I'm just drinking beer, right? So what you're drinking kind of plays into it too. Like if I'm drinking, 10 drinks tonight and every drink is a fucking old fashioned,
right?
Like, yeah, you're probably getting 30%.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck what it costs because the time that I made you take away from everybody else to stop and muddle a fucking drink on a Friday night, I'm the asshole, but I'm going to make it up to you.
Yeah. Pay you for your time.
So, but then the flip side of the same coin is a bartender, and you have a guy that walks up that pays cash for every drink he gets, and he orders an old fashioned, and he leaves you $1 every time.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of acceptable, but like, bro, read the fucking room.
Tell me if this is a pro move or not. But say I know I'm going to drink old fashions or something, right? I start my tab and I put down a $20 tip immediately.
So
because I want him to remember
that can go one of two ways.
I want him to remember that, like, hey, don't you make my drink good. Remember that I tipped you to begin with. You know what I mean? But
so go one of two ways. Sometimes people will do that, and that's their tip for the night. You know what I mean? They'll drink all night long. They get their tab, and it's
right.
That's it, and it's like, oh, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
You know. The better way, at least from my experience, is if that person's tipping a smaller, say it's $5, right, but on like their first 3 or 4 drinks, and like, hey man, I'm gonna be here all night. I got my tab open too, but here, thanks. Right after that 4th one, if he doesn't tip, I get it. Because he's going to tip at the end. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he's just showing like, hey, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I know that you're busy and you're taking your time to make this drink for me. Thank you. Yeah. You know?
I feel like sometimes I want to do that with the waitress. Like, here's $100.
They don't care.
Here's $100. Don't let this fucker be empty for longer than 5 minutes. And they just don't care.
Well, half of them don't care. The other half is they don't know how to anticipate when it's going to be needed and then factor in the time it's going to take for them to get the drink from the bar.
Well, it's true, but all it would take is her to be like, one, look and see that it's empty and be like, I got you when coming.
Yep.
That's all it would fucking take, acknowledge that it's coming. So I don't know, but
no, the, like when I bartended, the regulars that's where, the money was. Everybody else was, hopefully I get 20%, but if I get $1 a drink, I'll be good.
Yeah.
But your regulars, right? Those are the ones that you don't let their drink get empty. They, the whole point of working in a restaurant or working in that type of a service industry, there's one thing that you focus on and you'll make amazing money and you'll promote ahead of peers, the whole fucking nine. And it's anticipate the customer's needs. That's it. Right. So I walk up and like, hey, you're like, I want to order some food. Cool. What do you want? I want a burger and fries. Awesome. No problem. I put it in and immediately turn around. I give you silverware and a napkin. I give you ketchup, mustard, salt, pepper, everything that you think you might need for that dish. It's already right there. So when I drop the dish, you don't have to ask for anything.
Right.
Right. And you're like, fuck, this experience was amazing.
Yeah.
But if you have to be like, hey man, can I get some ketchup? You're like, yeah, hold on. Take me a minute and a half to go get it and come back. You get salt and pepper? Oh, yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get some napkins? Oh, shit. And it's like, and it's the same thing in the bar, right? You get down and, on your drink or your beer or your whiskey or whatever. And, there's little signs that you can do. Well, no, but like the bartender themselves, like you should never have to do that.
Right. I know.
It should be either established, like I'm just going to keep them coming until you tell me stop, or, hey, do you want the same whiskey? You want something else?
Right.
I'll do the same. Cool. Here you go, man. Thanks. Yeah. But that's all it is. And then once you get good at that, you make stupid money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think you have to be good at being a customer too. Like if I'm in a hurry, if I'm stopping somewhere for lunch, right? I'll just be like, hey, can you bring my tab with the meal?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm in a hurry. I don't want to have to fucking wait that 45 minutes for you to see my plate's empty. And then, you know what I mean? So I'll do that sometimes. If I know that I'm going to eat, have what I have to drink, and then I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'll just ask for my tab right away.
So it's really funny too, because the tipping culture is literally only in the United States. Like everywhere else in the world, there's some places where tipping is offensive. They're like, fuck you.
Really?
Yeah. It's essentially like, hey, do a fucking better job next time.
Oh.
Yeah, because they take enough pride in their work and they get paid well enough where this is just my fucking job.
Oh.
If you're trying to give me money, like I'm not okay with that.
We need to broadcast this clip to the world, to the United States anyway. I mean, hey.
But the US, but it's also structured differently, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, they get paid enough to make it worth them to give that service and to do that job.
Like where
the majority of the people in
I've never been
a lot of the Asias.
Really? Okay. I've never been there.
Like your tourist places, they know they can get extra money.
Yeah.
Right? You go outside of tourist places, and there's restaurants we go to in Esteli.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, don't leave them a tip. No. That'll offend them. Like, fuck, my bad.
Huh.
It's not many.
Yeah.
But those are also the places where like they're
see when I'm
a little
when I'm over,
higher end.
When I'm overseas though, and I'm tipping overseas especially because it hits a little different. I think is when you say, hey, thanks for your service. The meal was very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Like when I lived in Europe,
and then you leave it.
Nope. Like there's some like we called them American bars, and they're like the tourist traps, right? But you go there because there's people that speak English, and you're like, fuck, okay, yeah, we'll go to the American bars tonight. In those places, that culture shifted over with it, and those staff do expect tip because they understand, where their customers are from. Then you go to a bar in Brussels, you go bar somewhere else, and no, like you don't restaurant. There's not even a line on a credit card. Like it's
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then now you have every point of sale system, no matter what you buy.
It's just going to ask you a few questions.
I recently.
You're checking me out. Like I bought a toothbrush. Why would I tip you for this?
I recently had an instance last Sunday. Before I sit down and watch football on Sunday, I'll take my wife and my daughter and we'll go out and I'll let her pick a coffee spot. She's got all these ones around town that she fucking digs. And
your daughter?
No.
I was like, damn.
She's tried.
Your wife's training her right.
She has tried. But we went somewhere and they were like these like specialty coffees that they make. And I think for the 2 coffees, it was like $18.
Yep.
But they were like super done up and whatever. And my wife wanted them. I was like, whatever. But she turned that thing around for the tip. I was like, you're charging me $18 for 2 coffees. I was like, no. Like I came to you. I sat here in the fucking park. We got out of our car. It was in a coffee truck. I was like, nah, man. Like,
right.
You charging me enough. And it was like there was 2 people working it. I was like, what's going on here? Come on now. So
like wait staff in the US, like purely tipping based positions, their minimum pay, which is the majority of the people, is $2.13 an hour plus tips, $2.13 an hour, and then they get their tips.
Yeah. Is that still today?
Yep.
Or is that? Oh yeah.
And it might be like $2.73, but it's not over $3.
Wow.
But I know it was for a while. It was $2.13. And that was set up where essentially you got a $0 paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. So your $2.13 paid the taxes that your payroll taxes, and it was $0. And then tips started to have to be reported.
Right.
And so that started when I was bartending. I think statute of limitation applies here. I never reported anything until I was forced, and then I only reported credit card tips because it was the only thing they could track.
Yeah.
So cash tips, it was what it was. I mean, there were years where my tax returns at the end of the year was like, I made $8,000.
Yeah.
You know, like that was it. That was the number on my fucking tax return. I'm like, oh, it sucks. I'm like, technically, I don't even have to file taxes. But that was because of 213, you know.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, their livelihood depends on the tips.
Yeah.
You know, they're not getting a paycheck that they can just like, oh, I pay my bills with this. The tips are just the fun money. Yeah. Like, no, that's my earnings. That's everything.
Right.
You know, now when this tipping culture is just insane. When you go to places and they're like, here, do you want a tip? Like, I picked out the products. I did a self-checkout and I scanned my own card. Yeah. You stood there looking at me and you want me to tip you? Like, I'm all set.
Yeah.
But I have a thing, and it's just because if you have to ask for it, you don't deserve it. You're not working in a place where it's customary to tip you.
Yeah.
Right? So if you turn that iPad around and you don't ask me for it, I'm not going to give it to you. If you just say, oh, it's just going to ask you a few questions. Nope. 0.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, do you want to leave a tip? No. Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks. Or yeah, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Big time. But at least have the fucking balls to, you know, don't be like, oh, well, you know, just answer these questions for me. You know what I mean? Like, no, fuck you.
Well, they might be doing that though because they're fucking embarrassed by the questions that they have to present to you.
Then I've seen where like I forget it was another coffee place, but normally the employers will be like, oh, it's gonna ask you a few questions. I've literally seen someone just without a word just hit no tip, and I'm like, oh, all right, hold on. Like you're getting something from me.
Yes.
Like that's the power move.
You know who I probably tip the most percentage wise is the taco trucks. At the off-road park. Because one, I think they're too cheap. Like they're fucking so good.
Yep.
And like I'll get like, I don't even remember they're less than $3 a taco, right?
Oh shit.
So like I'll just fucking here's $20 or whatever, you know, like just keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But then I know I'm tipping like the family that owns the taco truck.
Yeah.
That, you know, like,
right.
You know, like,
yeah.
You know, it's easier for me to tip a non-corporate established.
100%.
Especially when it's not required. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because tipping's supposed to be for the employees that are doing the service.
Yeah, and I'll cash tip too when I know the tips are all getting split. I'll be like, this is for you.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't. They'll say, oh, yeah, I'll put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
There goes your job if anybody knows. You know what I mean? That's it. Nobody's going to risk it. Just,
As long as I make them feel better. But it's
But yeah, there's been some lawsuits over the years about splitting tips.
There should be because some people don't fucking deserve them.
No,
Other
some of
people
it
fucking really do.
Some of it doesn't. It's not even the deserving part. It's actually the illegal part of it. In certain states, employees like there was a lawsuit in Massachusetts, and the server or whoever the worker actually won, and they won like millions. It was crazy. It was Massachusetts, but. And if I remember right, the long and the short of it was they were making them split tips with non-serving employees or something like that.
Right.
An improper tipping pool. Non-service employees. And so, you know, and I've worked in bars where this happened as well, where you have a manager that's also a promoter or whatever the fuck. And at the end of the night, they get like 1% of the tips, you know? And it's just like, well, okay, like I can understand it because like, okay, we wouldn't have been that busy if this dude didn't, you know, put the work to get these people to come in.
Yeah.
So like in his 1%, like, okay, here's $8 or, you know, whatever the fuck. Like, but that I think that lady won like $5 million or some shit. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're, you know, like if I apply to be a cook at a restaurant, I wouldn't expect tips.
But sometimes some restaurants' kitchens get tipped out.
See, that's
Is that in the higher end side too?
It depends, but yeah. Because ultimately they are, I mean, you can break it down to that overall experience for that table or that customer.
Yeah.
That kitchen was involved.
Okay. Here's
what I mean?
Here's what would make it make sense to me. If the cook didn't get paid the $3 and some cents, right? Or if he did, then he should be included in the tips. If he gets a salary or a cook,
but no, they'll get like 3%. So like what I made the whole night, I have to give out, depending on the restaurants, and usually this is more restaurants than it is bars. But usually you tip out the hostess and cooks, or bus staff or whoever they have it structured or whatever, because these people are getting paid very minimal, and this is just like it's not putting them in the next tax bracket,
right?
They might make $40 cash that night, but hey, like that's another it's $200 a week if that happens every night, that makes a difference over time. But then it's also they do it at a percentage wise, because I remember way back in the day it was like, oh, you can tip them whatever you think's right, right, and then like so now you have wait staff being like, hey, seat me with the good people, to the hostess, and then they're trying to get this preference. Then it's just like, okay, hold on, like let's.
Are there any restaurants that like pay the wait staff like a decent wage?
Yeah. Yep. There's restaurants where you can get 10, 15, 20, even higher an hour plus tips. But because what's expected of you,
like, okay,
you got to be good.
Like you go to like a high end steakhouse, right? And usually the wait staff is excellent, right? But and they're dressed well.
Yep.
They get paid pretty well.
So no,
like you have an older.
I worked in a fine dining
you have guys in
Boston.
Their 40s, 50s that are really good waiter, right? And you can tell by the guy's mannerisms and shit. This guy makes really good money
in tips. I worked in fine dining restaurants at $2.13 an hour,
really,
plus tips.
Okay,
because it's on me.
Yeah,
right. And if I'm not good, I don't need to be working here.
Are there restaurants and stuff like that don't split tips? Like it's on the individual?
Yeah,
that's where I would want to work if I was doing it.
So a lot of places, some of the places are getting fucking stupid, where like they pull the tips for the entire day and they pay you out per hour that you're working. Right. I don't like splitting tips.
Yeah, I don't think
if I'm working behind the bar, right, and we have two bartenders, cool, we're gonna split tips. Right. If you get cut or if you get cut early, then we pull it together at the end of the night and we divvy it up by hours.
Yeah.
Right. Between you and I. If the entire staff, bartenders and wait staff, pool tips and then split, I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
It's fuck them. They didn't work as hard as I did.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't give them as good a service as I did.
Yeah.
So like in that sense, I do not like that. I do not like from open to close, we pool and we split based on hours. No, that person that opened, they served 2 people in 4 hours. Yeah. Right. I got my dick kicked in for 6 hours. Yeah. Like, fuck them.
Yeah.
But each one, ultimately, it comes down to the restaurant and how they want to organize it. It's not like, well, you have to do it this way. They do it with whatever they think works
as a
best
restaurant owner.
Theirs.
Do you think you would get better or worse wait staff if you split tips versus your tips are yours?
It depends on how your restaurant is set up. And that's why I said it depends on each different one.
Because I feel like you would get better employees if they kept their own tips. Because if they're not making enough money on tips, maybe they're not a very good fucking waiter or waitress.
The hard part about,
I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it.
The hard part about restaurant staff is, how many restaurants are there in San Antonio?
Mm-hmm.
They can, like, there's no loyalty. If there's money, that's great.
Yeah. Right.
And so, the more money, or the more consistent money, the more likely they are to stay, as long as there's less bullshit and less drama. Some places, when you pool tips like that, you have shit bags.
Yeah. That
are just like, I'm going to make money anyways. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'd be more afraid of that than.
But the pooling tips, like I'm not a big fan of that. I believe that, as wait staff, you have a section, you get sat where you get sat. Tonight you might get a bunch of 3 and 4 tops.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night you might get nothing but 6 tops.
Yeah.
You know, the next night you might get nothing but 2 tops, but over the course of the week, it's all going to work out. Mm-hmm. Right. But it doesn't matter if it's a 2 top or a 6 top. If you don't know what you're doing and you can't give good service, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. You know, like there's a science to it. Yeah. There really is.
I think if you split tips, you should also, as a restaurant or bar owner, you should also implement like a peer system where you can peer out your employees.
So you're
like, this fucker's got to go. I'm not splitting my shit with him anymore.
Your staff can dictate how long people stay at your tables. They can dictate what they eat, what they drink, whether they have dessert or not. And it doesn't matter what the people want when they walk in the door.
Yeah.
You know, and
I agree. I've been upsold and I've been happy to be.
But then, like, I've worked in restaurants where if I have a table that's been there for an hour and a half, I'm in trouble now.
Oh yeah.
I didn't flip my table fast enough.
Right.
Now the restaurant's not making enough money. I'm not making enough money. You know, like, and it's this whole big trickle down thing.
Yeah.
And it's by design on how things, you know, get brought out and how fast the dishes get prepared, how fast the drinks come, what's on the menu. Like, all of this comes to factor in. Because you either have a high dollar item and you don't give a fuck how long these people sit at the table, because you're, you know, and I'm talking about like almost borderline Michelin star restaurants where it's like, oh, your 6 top just sat down. Cool. Your tab's going to be $7,000.
Right.
Cool. You can sit there all fucking night. Like, I'd love to flip that table, but it is what it is, you know? And then you have other places where it's like, I had a 2 top that came in, right? I need them in and out in an hour and 15 max. Yeah. Right. But I also need drinks, appetizers, entrees, another round of drinks, dessert or you know, aperitif or something, right? And because that's going to get my dollar amount of that tab to X. Yeah. Now I'm going to make this much potentially. Yeah. And then my sales are going to be this much, which is what the restaurant wants me to do. Yeah. You know, so there's a shitload that goes into it. I feel like if to get to the part where you start pooling tips, you have a shitty staff. You know, like
that's
there's a lot of work. These guys are going to make money, or they're not.
That's kind of what
but the hard part is just staffing it today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, like I have friends that are still in the industry 20 years. They're still bartending or you know, wait staff, you know, working in fine dining restaurants. Yeah. I know guys that have been doing it career 40, 50 years. I knew a dude in Massachusetts. He literally lived in the apartment above the bar he worked at. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not the greatest life, but fuck it. He's like, I make money. It is what it is. Yeah. You don't see that anymore.
So I was a waiter in high school, like I had part-time jobs and stuff. And I always liked it. I had a good time with it. And it came down to your attitude that day.
Yeah. Big time.
If you can be social but not overbearing. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's all it is.
That's it. Just smile, anticipate your customers' needs, and just be a good, like, be able to hold a conversation.
Yes. Joke with them a little bit, you know, like something. Yeah. Just, like, don't look inconvenienced when I raise my hand because I haven't gotten fucking what I wanted.
Yeah. They're like, hey, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. So.
Now, that being said, all this bashing on the tipping industry and servers and restaurants and bars,
I don't know if we're bashing on it too much, but
there was no incidents. There was nothing that happened or that came up that brought this up. It was literally a news article saying that, here, let me pull it up so I can, because it kind of says the same of what we're doing. It said,
I think that what it is that there's been a lot of recent social media and headlines where people are making it seem like tips are mandatory, and if you don't tip at least 20%, you shouldn't even go out and eat.
Right.
Well, fuck you for one. Like,
there it is.
Earn it.
Bartenders sound alarm as young Americans skimping on tips at increasing rate.
Yeah.
Well, so now I have a question though. Are they skimping on tips, or are they just not drinking? Because we did have a conversation, I think it was last week.
Or are people...
Well, these younger generations the alcohol industries are plummeting. Yeah, I mean, like, massively, because people aren't drinking anymore. Yeah. You know, so if they're going to bars, you know, are they drinking, or are they just hanging out? I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to a younger generation bar, you know, scene in a very long time.
You know, but if they're talking about restaurants, like are young people that are fucking, like, maybe they're going out to eat with their significant other, but they're fucking broke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's somebody's birthday or something. Are they required to like, you know, like, I don't know. It is what it is, I think.
I feel like I've been seeing more people, instead of just going to the bar and like drinking, they're going to like pickleball's gotten real big. So they go do like an activity, mini golf, something like that. Right. Some of those places also have like a bar and stuff, or the ability to get alcohol. But I feel like going out for an activity, not just like sitting at the bar, has become much more popular.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if I go to Top Golf and I want to just do Top Golf.
Yeah.
Well, I have a waiter.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Bring me a soda and then you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm
just kind of how we're rocking.
I'm fucking the waiter here because I don't want anything to eat or drink. I just want to do my Top Golf.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. $1 a drink or 20% of the tab. Yeah. You know, so if you order a soda and she brings you a tab for $4 and you leave her $2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 50%.
Right.
But that's say she got 2 refills.
Yeah.
She's not going to be mad at it.
Yeah. She's
still going to come back and check on your drinks. You know, like the certain, the wait staff gets it.
I'm still in your area for an hour and a half. You know,
I feel like a place like Top Golf is almost like a unit, because it's a driving range that you just have the ability to get food and drinks and stuff at. So it's like
nobody goes to Top Golf because they're hungry or thirsty.
Yeah, like
it's a bonus, but it's not why I'm going there.
Yeah, it's like the social activity and stuff. That's why my favorite.
I go to Top Golf because I'm hungry or thirsty, and then the people that I'm with want me to try to hit golf balls too, but I don't golf.
I go there because my friends invited me.
I've never gone to Top Golf because I wanted to go.
No, not one time.
Now that I think of that, like never once to be like, you know what, I want to go. Hey, I want to go to Top Golf. You want to go with me? Not once.
if you want, there's a really cool bar off Wurzbach that is literally a dive bar, and then out back they just have a driving range, and they've got the mats and everything. But
That's funny.
They have a back porch.
Nice.
Like I've gone there and met up with buddies, drank beer, smoked cigars, and then after we get a few beers in us, they're like, all right, let's go hit stuff.
See, every activity that I really like doing, they can't serve drinks. Like,
that's true.
John, let's go to the range. Hey, I'd like a whiskey, please. You know, or let's go fucking drive race cars or something. Yeah, I'll take a couple. Like even the cool go-karting places, if you're drinking, they don't let you fucking do it. Like you have to. It's afterwards. It's bullshit. Like I want to get fucked up and then go do it.
As much safety protection there is, you'd probably be fine.
Man, that liability had to be insane.
Yeah.
Get liability insurance just to make a boozy racetrack.
There are some though.
Like you can't get behind this wheel unless your blood alcohol content's at 0.04.
Sounds like a Cletus McFarland race.
It sobers you up though, those go-karts.
Those things get moving.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Some of them. Anyway, what else do we have to talk about?
Yeah. That's all the highlights that I had. Let me look. No, that's it. I got nothing new. Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, wherever, you should subscribe, because we got some cool content coming out here pretty soon from the gator hunt we went on last weekend. So we got some really cool stuff coming out. So make sure you're following on social media, YouTube, the whole nine. Also, if you follow us on social media and you don't see our stuff, that's because social media fucking hates tobacco. So if you want to stay in the loop with everything going on Warfighter's side, go onto our website. If you go to our homepage, scroll down a little bit, you'll see something that says comms check. That signs you up for our emails. That guarantees that you will get the information that we are trying to put out. Social media, 50-50 shot. I wouldn't even say 50-50 shot.
It's like a 14% shot.
If you want to see our social media, sometimes you have to type in Warfighter Tobacco and go to that.
And sometimes you have to do Warfighter Tobacco Company.
So if you want to make sure you don't miss anything, go on the website, sign up.
Yeah, they flagged our bio on Instagram, right? And so And I think we had a request a review like a couple times on it.
We did.
I'm going to pull it up real quick so I can read to you exactly what it says. 100% veteran owned, must be 21 or older. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yep.
And they flagged it.
And then we requested the review and they were like, you're good. Didn't change shit.
No, but when they flag it, it doesn't allow our account to be shown to people that don't follow us. Yeah. And it restricts us to the people that do follow us.
Yeah.
And it's just like, fuck you guys. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if you want up-to-date, accurate information, anytime that we have a restock or a new product or even just some information type stuff, we always kick them out via email. So like Justin was saying, right on the bottom of the website, it's comms check. Put your email in there. We won't spam you. That's not what we do.
You'll get emails.
Yeah, but we're not going to email you 3 times a day, every day.
No.
Like this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Put out the pertinent information.
Yep.
And then we'll let you do your thing. But
yeah. I got nothing else. You got anything?
No.
At least nothing that won't start another 30-minute conversation.
With the Navy birthday coming up, if you are a active duty Navy sailor, veteran of the Navy, and you have some pictures of you smoking cigars, fucking shoot them our way. Yeah. That would be very cool. And if you're down, we might highlight you.
We got some pretty cool Coast Guard pictures for the Coast Guard birthday coming up this week or next week.
This week, tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's their birthday. It's soon. But yeah, it'd be cool to get some Navy ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Well, cool, guys. So just like normal, jump over to warfightertobacco.com for all your smoky treat needs. We'll have another one of these out for you guys next week. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
Cool. If you're in the San Antonio area and you listen to this today, this Sunday, October 5th, we're going to be at Cowboys and Cadillacs in New Braunfels from 6 to 8 p.m. And on October 11th, we are going to be at Rustic Cigar in
Spring Branch.
Yep. I couldn't remember exactly. It's up in that north area. We're going to be there on the 11th. And that's going to be a really, really fun event. So if you can make it up to that, please do. I think that's the immediate ones that we have.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.
See you.